So I would not recommend getting a deck. I think you're gonna be blown away by what we did in this job. I'm gonna show you a whole transformation video that had a deck. I didn't recommend the deck. I said, let's change it up. You're gonna be shocked at what we did and how beautiful the project turned out. Enjoy this transformation right now. Now this comes up all the time. Should I keep a deck? The answer I want to say is no, 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 no. I'm going to show you why right now, but when a deck is close to the house, let's say it's a single level house, you step out maybe even 4 steps down to a hard surface, don't put a deck in this situation. There's other solutions, we're going to talk about them in this video, but stay tuned to the very end because I'm going to give you some bonus material at the end. It's outside of this job, even other jobs, of why you should not get a deck. I hope you enjoy this and I hope it's just saved you some money.
So we've lived in this house for about 25 years, and our kids have been gone for a while, 10, 12 years maybe. A little bit of a bounce back, but they're gone, our kids are gone. So we're trying to decide, do we stay here now for the next 10 or 15 years? Are we gonna move into the city? We're gonna do something different? We really love the location, but the house and the yard were kind of old-fashioned. It's a house built in the 70s, and the yard was never really landscaped for modern living, if you will. Mm-hmm. So we went to a couple home shows. We went to one at the Expo Center and looked at different companies building outdoor structures like this and tried to imagine what our place might look like if it was redesigned. Frankly, I don't have a lot of imagination for that myself. I've done little things here and there, but we were really looking for somebody who was a professional who could look at the entire space. And then we'd make a decision about whether we were going to stay or not. And when we saw the design, it was like mind-blowing. It was like, wait a minute, that's our backyard? Because with the kids here, we had always had a little bit of grass. There was a deck off the back patio door.
We put a few tomato plants around.
A little garden, but it was very unstructured. And when we would have a party, we'd pull out a big folding table or something, put that in the yard with 8 chairs, and that was the extent of it. Every project is different. There are circumstances that arise. There are situations that weren't anticipated. But what I think we discovered here is that the engineering of the physical structure is really exceptional. And the building of the physical structure was really expertly done. The same thing with the hardscape. We are the biggest fans of Juan and Pablo, who did all the hardscape here. When they left, I gave them a note and a nice bottle of tequila and said, thank you for building a sculpture that we can live in for the rest of our lives, because they really did sculpt this property.
Yes.
And so, so kudos to the company, kudos to Micah for finding good people, from Phoebe, from
The Carpenters.
the Carpenters, and Juan and Pablo, the hardscape guys. I mean, it really pulled it all together.
So the property is on a hill, and so when we came out the backyard we would step down and then we'd step up and then we'd step down, and it was really, really rough. And so we wanted something where it was just like smoothed out and it was comfortable and we could walk around without worrying about where we were. So, you know, since COVID, and we've all been here, when it first started, it was just us here, the two of us. And OT would come out at night, and that was his happy place. You know, he'd listen to his music, he'd have a fire going, he'd be reading, or, you know, whatever he was doing. And it just, instead of being stuck in the house, or with a funky yard that, you know, always needed mowing and weeding back here, it was just, we would come out to this beautiful space. And then as it opened up a little bit, we decided it was okay to see the family again. We invited our kids and grandkids over, and the grandkids just, this was their happy place. And since then, we've been able to open up a little more, and we've had like a couple friends over at a time where we had the outdoor space to entertain and to stay connected with everybody we knew. And I can't tell you how wonderful it was for us. And it couldn't have happened at a better time.
way the contract is divided up by piece by piece by piece. Each portion of it, the stairs over there, for example, was a section. And so when they started the stairs, it was marked as 50% done, and then 80% done. And so the information coming back to me and the communication back and forth was really reassuring.
All of the people who worked on the project were so willing to have OT work at their sides. You know, he was out there every day, like, you know, with Juan and Pablo, they decided together how the contour of the property would be, where the rocks go, with this and that. And, you know, a lot of companies would say, you know, get out of our way, you're annoying. But it was such a wonderful team I could see every day with you guys.
So a quick little reminder on these outdoor living spaces: don't just jump ahead and do it because you think you know. Hire a good designer. I want to just keep promoting that design first. Get it all figured out in a 3D world. If it's a 2D world, as long as you can really visualize it, that's what you have to do. We'd love to help you out. We design in a 3D world where you can see the whole space, see the house, see the doors, see the windows, and see your completed outdoor living space. So if you need some help, let us know. We definitely want to help you. Guys, I hope you enjoyed all this information. I think you can see how strongly I feel about the way to do an outdoor living space. The transformation does not always include a deck. In fact, if it's on a single level, please strongly think about not doing the deck. In fact, 90% or more should not have a deck on the house. I hope this helps. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and please comment. We want to hear your comment on whether you like a deck or whether you prefer what we've shown you, a hard surface that you walked out to. All right, guys, enjoy, and we'll talk to you later.